Hi everyone, I wanted to share with you guys a new purchase that I just made on Amazon. So if you follow me on Instagram, then you know I'm a huge fan of all of the books by Diane Albor. I have almost every single book I'm pretty sure that she has come out with in the Little Spot series related to emotions, and she's even extended the line of books and has come out with books using the Little Spot characters and the books that focus on things like organization, teamwork, growth mindset, perseverance. So she has so many and they're all so fantastic. And what I love about her books within at least the series that focus on little spots is that in each of the books she always teaches a really helpful coping skill or coping tool for the students to learn as well. So these books really are educational and they explain things to kids in a really nice child-friendly way. So it's a nice way sometimes to kind of take an abstract topic, some that might be a little hard for children to understand, and make it a little more concrete for them by applying it to a book and literacy and using the topics that come up in the books as sort of conversation starters with students. So this is a part of her Inspire to Create a Better You series. So the Little Spot series, it's kind of she has the emotion series, but in general it's called the the Creating a Better You series. But this is one of her newer books and it's called A Little Spot Wears a Mask. And she has two other really good books that if you were to purchase any of her books recently that she's come out with that focus more on kind of how to handle this pandemic and helping children better understand what's happening in the world right now, then I would say the top three books of hers to purchase would be this one, A Little Spot Wears a Mask. She also has these other two books, which I also own and highly recommend. There's the book A Little Spot Stays Home and A Little Spot Learns Online. So The Little Spot Stays Home, that's a really good book to talk to kids and kind of introduce a little bit about sort of the pandemic, the fact that there's a virus, and it talks about germs and the importance of doing things like washing your hands, coughing into your elbows or into a tissue, keeping 6 feet apart from others. So that book is a really great way to kind of explain that to students and why we need to do that. And then A Little Spot Learns Online is a fantastic book, especially for those of you who are going to be doing distance learning or remote learning for the start of the school year. This is a fantastic book that you might want to start off the school year with, reading to the students. This book really does a nice job of explaining to kids the importance of organization, being on time for the, Hangouts or the Zoom, however you do it, if it's, Zoom, Google Hangouts, or whatever format you guys use. But it talks about why it's important to be on time, why you should really log on to the classroom a little bit before the scheduled time, because that's a good time to make sure that your computer's charged, that you have everything working and your voice the microphone works and the video camera works. It also talks a lot about the importance of respecting other people, when to mute, when not to mute, and making sure that you have a clean workspace, that there's nothing, inappropriate or distracting behind you. If you have pets, making sure that you're working in a quiet area. So I love that book for setting the expectations for students when it comes to online learning. But focusing more on this book, A Little Spot Wears a Mask, I love this book because this book really teaches students about obviously wearing a mask, why we need to wear a mask and how it's helpful, why it's important, but it also teaches students how to wear a mask, which I think is huge, especially for more so the elementary kids, like if you're thinking the primary grade levels. So in this book, kind of just flipping through, it gives some really nice visuals to help students see why we need to wear masks, and it kind of explains a little bit about how germs work and what are germs and why, they can be something that could hurt other people, in the sense that it could make other people get sick and things like that. She talks about how to wear a mask and how to put it on the right way, the importance of things like making sure to wash your hands. And in the book, she also talks to the kids about making sure to be careful with the mask, so not touching the actual cloth part of the mask, but only touching the sort of elastic sides or the loops, and why that's important. She talks about putting it into a bag that's labeled dirty, and then taking a few extras with you throughout the day as well, like keeping them in your backpack so if you need to put a new mask on if one gets dirty. She talks about the proper way to dispose of a mask or to put it away if they're reusable masks. And so then she also talks about not only the steps on how to put on a mask appropriately, but she also provides a visual and talks to the kids about how to take off a mask appropriately, which I think is fantastic. So again, kind of just talking about even something as simple as lunch and how lunch is it's most likely going to look different for many of us because obviously we can't eat our lunch wearing a mask, but she talks about sort of the protocol of how to handle taking off your mask during lunch, what you should do with it, and putting it back on. She also gives kids examples of how they could use like bandanas or things like that to make a mask, how to be creative and decorate your masks, how to kind of normalize it. So this is also a great book for adults too. She gives examples on how you can normalize wearing a mask by making masks for like your stuffed animals, playing at home with your mask and stuffed animals, just so that the kids can at least get used to the feeling of what it feels like to have a mask, taking silly pictures, sharing pictures with family and friends. Because again, that also is going to help to normalize it so the students see other people are doing it as well, practicing putting the mask on and taking it off 5 times, and just things like that, which I think are so cute and so important, because I think, you know, we sort of expect that all the students at this point in time know what it means to wear a mask, but the reality is some of them might not. Some of the students that are coming into our classrooms or our buildings, they may not fully comprehend or understand or have limited knowledge of why we're wearing masks. So this book is a really great way to introduce the concept to kids about masks, why it's important, why we need to wear them at school, and how it's showing respect for, of course, everyone else around them. But if you're not doing remote learning, then I would definitely say the book A Little Mask Stays Home. That's also a great book, even if you're going back into the classroom, because this book sort of introduces to students the importance of germs. Again, sneezing, covering your mouth, washing your hands for at least 20 seconds, making sure to use soap. So these books are fantastic for kind of reviewing expectations with kids. And again, all of her books are so great. These are the books that she's come out with in more of the emotion series, and there's so many more too that she's added to this as well. Like she has a little spot of confidence, a little spot of kindness. There's, oh my gosh, so many. And definitely check her out. It's on Amazon is where I purchased my books. And again, her name is Diane Elber. She also has a YouTube page where she actually has videos of her reading her books. So that's something great that you can share out with families. You can play the videos, connect your screen to students that are doing remote learning and share the stories with them that way, or in the classroom, pull it up on your smartboard and play the videos of her reading the books to the kids, because it's just a really great way for the kids to also hear the stories, and you can have some really great conversations with the students afterwards and kind of process what the book is about, what did it teach us. So again, Diane Elber, and she does have a website as well where you can purchase, or not even purchase, but download for free some really helpful handouts and resources. So if you go to her website, www.dianeelber.com, you can find free printables and worksheets that you can use that coincide with the books and are really a great sort of extension activity for the kids as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed that little review. I know it was kind of quickly paced, kind of going through it fast, but I just wanted to give you a little kind of insight into what the book is about and what it focuses on. And it's a fantastic book. Definitely, if you can, order it on Amazon. And if you have Amazon Prime, you get it super fast, so you can get it before your school year starts if you haven't started yet. If not, again, check her YouTube page, Diane Elber, and she might have even her reading the story online. I haven't seen it recently, but I know in the beginning of sort of quarantine and the pandemic outbreak here in the United States, she started posting videos of her reading the books, which was fantastic. And I use those with my students in my Google Hangout lessons with them as well. So it was really nice. And my students, they love these books. They love them so much. And every time I bring a new one into my counseling groups and read it with them, they get so excited, and it's so cute. And we connect it with zones of regulation in my building. So we talk about what zone the spot is in, how's he feeling. We talk about the toolbox strategy. What did he learn, or what did the boy and girl in the story learn, and how can we use those toolbox strategies or coping skills to help us too. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little review. If you have this book as well or have her other books, leave a comment below or send me a message. Again, my Instagram page is at SchoolPsychManaG. I'd love to hear what you guys think of these books and how you like to use them with your students. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, everyone.